Hi and welcome to my total solar eclipse video. This solar eclipse is in Sagittarius, and this cycle is a cycle where I would say we will move forward, but we will move forward reflecting on the past. So there are cycles where the North Node is conjunct the Sun and the Moon, but now the South Node is conjunct the Sun and the Moon, and we had it with the partial lunar eclipse in Taurus that was conjunct the North Node. And usually lunar eclipses are eclipses that connect us with the past or connect us with what we experienced, and that we can move on, but we have to first reconnect with experiences from the past. And a solar eclipse is usually pointing towards the future, but in this case, because it is connected to the South Node, it is that we have to embrace the past in this momentum of moving forward. And this total solar eclipse is in conjunction with Vesta and with Mercury, and it is in Sagittarius, so it is about new visions. And Vesta is the planet of the priestess. To me, it is connected to Virgo, the one that pulls in divine visions into the earth, differentiates what is right to do and what is time to let go. Because the moment I call in the divine into the earthly plane, it is about letting something go and inviting something in. This total solar eclipse is also in a square to Neptune in Pisces, and in the natural zodiac, the sign of Sagittarius is also in a square to Pisces. These are different forms of believing. Both are mutable signs. Sagittarius is the guru, Sagittarius is the master and the teacher, and Pisces is the divine. There are no words anymore. Pisces is where the mystics live. So this square to Neptune says, don't try to conceptualize too much. Don't try to mind chatter too much. Don't try to make too many plans. It won't work out. This is a solar eclipse of divine grace. This is also in my cards, and in my cards we have rhythm, we have grace, we have challenge, and we have Pachamama. So this solar eclipse can bring grace. I would say the cards talk about the fact that there is a divine grace coming in. There is something that wants to be materialized with Pachamama. I would say what wants to be materialized is coming from our soul. With rhythm is coming from very deep within and wants us to realign with the purpose of our soul, to purify and to realign. And that this purpose is coming with divine grace. It is not coming through our will, it is not coming through pushing our way through, but it is more by surrendering to the divine, surrendering to the will of our soul. What does my soul want to create on this earth? What does my soul want to give into this world? What wants my soul to experience in this world? But first and foremost, why am I here? And this is not a question of the mind. This is not a question that wants an answer in the mind, but wants an answer through the action that you give into the world, through the love you give into the world, through the kindness you give into the world. There is a prayer by St. Francis, and I will link a prayer video from Stephen Coe down below, where it is about, in the moment I pray for the world, in the moment I send grace to the world, I also send grace to me. But it is not my focus to send grace to me, but the focus is I am part of the whole, and because I'm part of the whole, I'm part of divine grace. And in these cards there's also Pachamama, and Pachamama is a word that the shamans in South America often use for our sacred Mother Earth. So this total solar eclipse is also an invitation to pray for our sacred Mother, and that's why I want to include this prayer into this video, because this prayer says, I have to stop to believe in my separated self. I have to stop to believe in my limited point of view. I have to open up to the fact that I'm just part, or not just, but that I have maybe the honor to be part of a bigger whole that is divine and that is sacred. And in opening up to this whole, I open up to the solutions that want to come in, open up to the healing that wants to come to me. In giving healing into the world, I receive healing. Giving healing into the whole, I will be blessed as well, but not blessing others so that I can get the most out of it. And I mean, this square to Neptune is a challenge, and also in my cards there is the card challenge. It is not easy for us to understand that the moment we bless everyone and everything, that also we receive blessings, and that we can only receive blessings if we are connected to the whole. There is a saying from Jesus that says, what you do to anyone or anything, you do to me. So it is an illusion to believe there is some misery somewhere on this planet. There is some problem somewhere. Some people have problems. If someone is suffering, we are all suffering. And this total solar eclipse is an invitation to change our perspective. And the square to Neptune says, it won't be easy. And we also have Mars in a sextile to Pluto with Venus, which is beautiful in a way, because it means that we have a lot of strength. But Mars is also in a square to Jupiter, and that means that we might be challenged to be too egoistic, to be too self-focused, to be too much in seeing ourselves more important than we actually are, giving ourselves more importance than we actually have. This in the end is only war, and this in the end is only sufferance, and this in the end is only illusion. So if we go down that road, then we will only end up in the negative side of a Neptune square, in disillusionment and in a lot of confusion. So I would say the more we try to grasp the vision that brings healing, the more we will find ourselves in illusions. It is more a time to open up for divine grace, and the best way to open up for divine grace is giving grace to all that is. This is what my cards are talking about. The moment you give grace to others, you receive grace. And the moment you pray for the healing of others, you will receive healing and you will receive answers. I mean, the beauty is that this total solar eclipse is in a trine to Chiron, so there is a lot of healing coming in, a lot of opportunities to heal, and with Chiron to heal old wounds. I will go through each sign now. So if you have a Sagittarius ascendant, then this new vision, these new shores that your ship is traveling to, is about yourself, how you experience yourself, how you experience the world that you're living in. And the healing comes in the area of your 5th house, where Chiron is. And in the 5th house, it is talking about the way you experience sexuality, the way you experience your hobbies, the way you interact with children. So there is a healing coming to you. But as I said, it requires that you surrender to blessing everyone and everything, and through that blessing receive the blessing and the healing for you. If you have a Scorpio ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is happening in your 2nd house. And in your 2nd house, it means that you will have a new vision regarding your body, and very often also the way you earn money. And the healing will be in the area of your health, your daily routine, maybe also your diet, but something where there had been a lot of pain or a lot of difficulties, and that with the solar eclipse comes an opportunity to heal in this area of your life. If you have a Libra ascendant, then it is about a new vision of how you want to communicate with others and how you want to interact with your family, with your siblings. So there is a new form of interaction for you, and healing is coming in the area of relationships. So very relevant relationships, whether it is very relevant relationships in your personal life or whether it is relevant relationships in your professional life. But there is a healing process that will come in the next weeks and months in the area of relationships for you. If you have a Virgo ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is in your 4th house. So it is about a new vision how you experience your home, where you really feel safe, and how you see your emotional life. I mean, sometimes we define ourselves through our emotions or what triggers our emotions, and this is about to change for you. And where we feel safe, also this will change for you. And a point of healing might be where you are intimate with other people, where you allow others to come really, really close to you. And maybe because you are open to change the way you emotionally react to others, that is maybe why you are able to experience a healing in your very intimate relationships. This can involve sexuality, this can involve finances, but it is something where you really get interdependent with others, and this area of your life is about to heal. If you have a Leo ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is in your 5th house. So it is about a new vision how you see your sexuality, how you see your hobbies, how you relate to children, maybe new ways to create, maybe new ways to find joy. I mean, Leo is in the natural zodiac, is the 5th house, is the sign of joy. So it will be, I think, a very joyful time where we experience a new form of relating to the world, where you will find a new way to create in the world. And healing you will find through maybe a new guru, maybe a new master that you will find, or maybe a long distance journey that you will have, or maybe you will meet people from other continents or other cultural backgrounds, and that those people will enrich you, or those journeys will enrich you. But it is about connecting to foreign ideas, and that this will enrich your life, and that this enrichment will bring healing for you. If you have a Cancer ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is in your 6th house. So it is about a new vision of how you want to nourish yourself, how you want to have your daily routine, maybe your daily exercises, and maybe also your work environment might change. But there is a new vision that wants to come to you, and the healing you will experience is in your 10th house. It is about your calling, and maybe there was something that you always wanted to do, but there was something that hurt you regarding that, and or something where you felt weak or where you felt very insecure, and that this area is about to heal. If you have a Gemini ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is in your 7th house. So it is about a new vision towards the way you relate with others. So be open to relate in a new way and experience your very intimate personal relationships in a new way. And healing comes in the area of friendships, in the area of group projects, in the area of how you interact with many people. Maybe in some area or the other, or maybe a project, there was a wounding that happened, or a friendship where you felt really, really wounded, and that there in this area of your life there will be a healing. If you have a Taurus ascendant, then this new vision comes in the area of intimacy, where you decide with whom or what you really want to be interdependent. So there needs to be a new vision of, but with whom I really want to join. And maybe there needs to be a new perspective towards that area of your life. And with the Taurus ascendant, you find healing in your connection to God, how you meditate, in the way you are still, and in the way you surrender to the divine. There will be a healing. There might have been something where you felt wounded, or where you felt maybe even abandoned through old lifetimes, where something happened, where there were doubts towards the divine, and that this time is a time where there will be an opportunity to heal that. If you have an Aries ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is in your 9th house. So it is about new visions in the way you believe, in the way you see the world. And maybe this comes through contacts with foreign people, or with foreign traditions, or with foreign ideas. Maybe you meet people from other countries, or maybe you come into contact with material that you never had listened before, that you never thought was possible. But I would say it is about new horizons of your mind. And your healing will be in a new way how you identify with yourself. I mean, Chiron is going through your 1st house now. You might feel vulnerable sometimes during this transit, but this transit in this case will bring a new form of identity, and that this new form of identity is really strengthening you, and there is a huge opportunity to find healing in this new identity. If you have a Pisces ascendant, then this total solar eclipse is in your 10th house. So it is about a new vision, how you see your calling in this world. And I mean, with a Pisces ascendant, you don't have so much difficulty with surrendering to the divine in that. But I would say it is a moment to surrender your calling to the divine, and trust that if it is right what you're doing already, then it can't be taken away from you. But it is a time to wait for new insights in the area of your calling, and to wait for new visions in the area of your calling. And healing can happen in the area of your body and in the area of your finances. So I would say the advice would be, go into nature, have massages, really connect to the earth. I mean, in the southern hemisphere it is now summer, so you can walk barefoot. That might not be so good in the northern hemisphere, but you nevertheless can connect to trees, or to really connect to the earth, and that this connection will bring healing. And also there might be a healing process in the area of your finances. If you have an Aquarius ascendant, then there are new visions in the area of friendships and of groups, and how you see your interaction with groups and with friends. And you might be surprised, because I mean the 11th house is your house, but you as an Aquarius might be surprised that also for you there can be new interactions with friends, and the way you see friendship, and the way you see group activities, and maybe group projects you want to be part of. And the healing for you will come in the area of siblings, the way you communicate with the world. And this will bring maybe a new contact to your family, or to family members where it had been quite difficult before, or maybe quite painful even before. And finally, if you have a Capricorn ascendant, this total solar eclipse is in your 12th house. So it is in the house where you have to surrender, where you have to allow new visions for your life to come to you. You cannot push them. I mean, this total solar eclipse is in a square to Neptune. It is not recommended for anyone, but especially for you, it is not recommended at all to push anything, but to wait for new visions to come for your life. And these new visions that come for you will bring healing in the area of the way you experience your emotions, where you feel safe, where you feel at home, the area where there is maybe a childhood trauma that was always secretly there, but that you never thought could heal, but that this time actually might be a time for you that this can heal and find peace, finally find peace. I think that this total solar eclipse is a very graceful time, and that this grace comes through giving grace to others and through that receiving grace. So I hope this was helpful. I wish you a very blessed and magical solar eclipse. Till next time, namaste.